think you'll ever be Queen?
No, I don't. No.
Why do you think that?
I'd like to be a queen of people's hearts, in people's hearts. But I don't see myself being queen of this country. I don't think many people would want me to be queen. Actually, when I say many people, I mean the establishment that I'm married into. Because they've decided that I'm a non-starter.
Why do you think they've decided that?
Because I do things differently. Because I don't go by a rule book. Because I lead from the heart, not the head. And albeit that's got me into trouble in my work, I understand that. But someone's got to go out there and love people and show it.
Right, this video is a message or a plea to Prince William, our future king, to ask for help from the British people. Now, I'm doing this video because as a working class British man and understanding how things are in our country, the British people are suffering tremendously. And one thing that the British people are fed up with or unhappy with is we seemingly have no one to turn to. Politics is corrupt, the finance is corrupt, the church is corrupt, and the king, unfortunately, I wouldn't say he's corrupt, but he is blind, and he is going along with a lot of the agenda, such as the World Economic Forum, and our country is being lost, our people are being destroyed, our young girls are being abused, our people are suffering, and this is a plea to Prince William to liaise with myself and other people who are wanting to serve the British people with the power of God. And I say that because I believe that William, if you ever the 1% chance or 0%, 1.1% chance you see this video, you may have some spirit in you, because one thing we know is your mother was a beautiful woman in terms of her spirit. And when asked if she would like to be the Queen, she said, I'm not totally interested in being the Queen. I want to be the Queen of people's hearts. And that means she came from the spirit. And everyone says she was such a wonderful woman because she had some spirit about her. And she said, I'm not liked because I don't go along with the system. And your father is going along with the system. At the moment, I see you going along with the WEF as well. And you're going along with the system, and the system is causing our people to suffer. Whereas what I'm saying is, I am of the same nature as your mother. You know, I want to be serving the people's hearts as a man of Christ and a man of God, and through the power of the Logos to the Father. That's what we need. And I'm asking you to come and join us. Your mother's looking down saying, William, come and join this man, because me and your mother are of the same spirit. We're a spiritual family in a way, and you are part of a spiritual family. And as Christ said, I did not come to bring peace on earth, I came to put a man against his father. And that's what he's doing to you. He's saying to you, God's spirit, through your mother, through the spirit, is saying to you, abandon your father's regime. It's not that you have to hate him. Ideally, come and get him to join us and serve the British people, because at the moment our command is the king, and then you have the corrupt church, which is absolute joke. Church of England's a joke, and they're pandering to Islam. We don't want Islam in our country. We follow Christ, the Father, and Logos. And then you've got the World Economic Forum and this globalist agenda and climate change, which is making our people poor and flooding our communities with a load of illegal migrants and certain people who are not welcome here, who are abusing our young women and abusing our nature and our country. And then you have the politicians who are puppets and pawns of this whole agenda, and it's a complete mess. It's a kingdom of darkness, and as a king, your kingdom should serve your people and be the king and the queen of people's hearts. And that's what I'm asking you. Instead of that system, I'm asking you to come in as the future king, and instead of that vision of darkness for the British people, which abuses the British people, I'm asking you to come in and reform our system. So we'll have King William, who will be serving the people's hearts, and then reform the Church of England. I'm happy to do it. I'll work for free for a year. Give me 1 year in charge of the Church of England. I'll work for free. I'll go into the churches, toss the tables over, and set things straight. And we'll put Christianity more mystic approach. So forget about the dogma. Let's focus on Christ and its spirit. Don't be like the Pharisees and the blind religious leaders. Be like Christ and have the love of the Christ in them, just like your mother had, and serve people's hearts and spirits and reform the church and put the church leaders and council of elders as the head of society rather than the financial interests and the public politicians. So you'd have the council of elders running society and making sure that the love of God flows down to the people. And instead of having this massive globalist agenda that has been an absolute disaster for the British people, we'll forget about that and we'll focus on Britain and the British people and being allies and influencing the world from there as friends and brothers of other people. We don't hate anybody in this world. We just want to look after our own and be friends with the world. And then let's serve, instead of having the WEF and all that stuff abusing the British people, let's serve the British people with the love of God. That's a good way to do it. And we could also put the military, which will be a warrior caste, just below the church council elders. So if there's any problems, our military and warrior caste will solve the issues. Rather than relying on merchants and mercenary politicians, we'll have the spiritual elders with the love of God. And then if there's any problems, the warrior military caste will go and deal with it. So if we've got gangs abusing young British girls, as a council of elder leader, I would say that's not happening on my watch. These young daughters of God need to be protected. Get my warriors to go and deal with the problem, rather than politicians playing politics. But we need the votes from this community. We can't upset them. When young girls are being abused, no matter what happens, the problem gets dealt with. I don't care about playing politics. I want a solution solved so young girls can live free in safety and security under the umbrella and the love of God, family, and all those good things. And we'll promote those values in our society. And it's very easy for you, I understand you're sheltered, but could you imagine, you've got a daughter. Could you imagine having to worry about sending your daughter to school where there's near a hotel where there's a load of wrong-uns taking pictures of her, or trying to abduct her and having to live with that worry? This is what we're having to deal with in our communities, and it's not right. And we need to solve this problem. And there's been some speculate hundreds of thousands, even up to 1 million of young girls abused. And I can't believe it's been allowed to happen. And the people can only do so much. Ultimately, the only people who can make change are people at the top. It's like a pyramid. The people are at the bottom and the pyramid goes to the top. And we need people from the top to shape change. And at the moment, we have people at the top who are in the kingdom of darkness, and they're not, like your mother says, they not want to be a king and the queen of people's hearts. They're just corrupt and blind fools. And then the people at the bottom suffer. But that's why I'm reaching out to you, because you are at the top. And let's make a change. Let's have a reformation and a revolution in our country built on the values of God the Father, the true loving Father, and Christ. And that's where your mother is right now, in the spirit, looking down. She had that love in her, and she's saying, let's make a revolution and build this system from that. A kingdom of heaven on earth, not the kingdom of darkness. Let's make it happen. And I'm sure I speak for the majority of the British people, and that let's make some positive moves in our country. Our people are totally demoralised. We have 12 men committing suicide every day. We have the people waiting for mental health appointments, having to wait a year. There was a woman whose husband and father, the family of girls, committed suicide, and they received a letter saying, you'll get support in 18 months' time. We can't be allowing that to happen. If we build our country and community around the spiritual values, the Council of Elders will be there to help them immediately, because we'll train many people up, and most people will have that spirit within them and a relationship with the Father through Christ that will give them strength and that solid foundation to stand upon, rather than the flesh and a corrupt system that sees us as useless cogs in a monetary system rather than children of God. Okay, so that is my message to you, and I'm asking you to come and join us or liaise with us. And I don't know how, I'm sure you've got the power to reach out. My email will be in the description on the 0.001 chart you see this. And God bless you, God bless your family, and do the right thing and come and serve your people with the Spirit of God. God bless you and God bless everybody. Goodbye.